Oh man, where do we go with Xbox from here? Where do we go with Xbox from here? All right, before I read this article, one of the biggest problems right now that Xbox has is people cannot trust this company. The trust has been broken, and that's not good. It's not bad enough that they lost the identity of what they want to be because they're like all over the place, Xbox Anywhere, and now they have this cancellation of Perfect Dark and Everwild Xbox games and the Initiative Studio 2 as well. And they already fired 9,000 employees. What is going on with this company, dude? This is nothing to be happy or proud of. To fire 9,000 people, man, that's 9,000 people losing their jobs. That's nothing to be happy about. That's nothing to be proud of. But on top of everything else, they're canceling these games. Like Crystal Dynamics worked really hard on Perfect Dark, um, and now they're canceling that as well. And what's going to happen with Fable, right? They delayed Fable. What's going on with that? This company, it's in some deep trouble, man. And the worst part about this company, no one can trust it. The only people that will trust it is these super heavyweight, hardcore Xbox fanboys, right? They're gonna, die on that hill, and never question anything, never question their company, right? It's true for the both sides, the blue team and the green team. The only difference is the blue team is doing pretty good. Blue team, it's already rocking and rolling with the Death Stranding 2. They got Ghost of Tsushima sequel coming out in October. Hideo Kojima already had made a deal to work with Sony, Columbia Pictures, and Kojima Production Studios for PlayStation 6 exclusive game. So Sony's looking pretty good, but Xbox is just it's to me it's like it's dead. This company is dead, dude. This is dead. I mean, like I said, before I read this article, the worst part about this company is no one can trust you. The, not a single word that comes out of Phil Spencer's mouth anyone will trust. Not a single word that comes out of Matt Booty's mouth or Sarah Bond's mouth no one will trust. Not a single word that comes out of Satya's mouth no one will trust because this company has. Maybe they should bring Bill Gates and Dwayne Johnson to resurrect this company. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Bill Gates needs to come back. Um, I don't know. Maybe he would look at it and say, "Well, what are you guys doing here, man? People want the exclusives. What's going on?" Maybe he would, clean the place up and all right. It's time for me to get off these vaccines and all the shit, and let me work on some video games, huh? Let me save the Xbox or so. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe Papa Bill Gates needs to come in with Dwayne Johnson. They need to save this company because this is just going downhill, man. This is nothing good. Nothing good. And now they're also talking about jacking up the prices to $80 to some of their games for $80. Instead of 79, they're going to be, excuse me, instead of 69, it will be 79. Instead of 69, some of the games will be 79, $80 this holiday. So on top of everything else that's going on, they want you to pay $80 for a video game. And some games might be $90. And if you live in Canada, you're probably looking at $100, right? Probably looking at $100. So, yeah. But anyway, let's read the article. It's pretty depressing, but let's read the article because wow, dude. All right, Microsoft is canceling its Perfect Dark and Everwild Games as part of sweeping cuts to its Xbox division. Matt Booty, Xbox president of Game, Content, and Studio, revealed that the Microsoft will be closing the initiative. The studio behind Perfect Dark, which was with Crystal Dynamics, also behind Tomb Raider, in an internal memo to Xbox employees today, the cuts are part of the layoff affecting around 9,000 employees across Microsoft. With Turn 10 Studios, the developer behind Forza Motorsport, also hit hard by today's layoffs. So even Turn 10 Studio that worked on these successful Forza Horizons has also been hit hard. So they got people fired there too. They had to lay off people there too, right? And this is a very successful studio that brought you all of these Forzas and the upcoming Forza 6, right? I mean, this is just bad. Wow. Here's Booty's memo to staff. Yeah, our memo is just like the corporate PR BS. You know, the typical corporate. Dude, I used to work for corporate. I know how this garbage works, man. I know how this PR garbage works. The only difference, when you work for corporate, usually the HR, human resources, writes you the letter. For usually you get the letter from HR, from human resources. Oh, we're so proud of you spending all this time with us, blah 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 blah. But we all have to blah, 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 give you bad news, blah 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 blah. You're just tell me I'm fired. You're fired. You know, sounds better. It's cut and dry. It's better. It's just cut and dry. You're fired. Don't even tell me I'm letting you. Just say I'm fired. But anyway, it's bullshit PR, man. Following Phil's note, Phil Spencer. What happened to this guy? What's going on with this guy, man? Phil's note. I want to share more about changes to the studio's business units. We have made a decision to stop development of The Perfect Dark and Everwild, as well as wind down several unannounced projects across our portfolio. As part of this, we're closing one of our studios. The initiative, the decision, along with other changes across our team, reflects a broader effort to adjust priorities and focus resources to set up our teams for a greater success. Dude, how does this make any sense? No, just read this crap, and how does this make any sense? So are you trying to tell me that The Perfect Dark is not a success? Are you trying to tell me that employees that worked on Forza Horizon is not a success? How is this making any sense? This is such a bullshit. I have to use the word bullshit. Bullshit of a note, man. We have made a decision to stop development of Perfect Dark and Everwild, as well as wind down several unannounced projects. But why? Phil Spencer, why? You haven't answered any question marks. Why? We get it. We're not stupid. We know that you have done that. Tell me something we don't know. But why? We want to know why. See, your note should be the reason why. That's how you should have started this note. Your note should have started, not we have made a decision, but here is why. Here is why we did this. Here is why X, Y, and Z. But they didn't do that. Instead, he's just telling us what we already know. We have made a decision to stop development of The Perfect Dark, but we're not going to tell you why. We're certainly not going to tell you why. And Everwild, we're also not going to tell you why. As well as wind down several unannounced projects across the portfolio, and we also have fired 9,000 people, which some of them are from Forza Horizon as well. But we're not going to tell you why. We fired 9,000 people. We don't want to tell you why. You don't want to know why? Because we're corporate. We don't have to tell you why. Because we lie. You know, you might as well play the Henry Rollins song. Every time you see Xbox, or every time you turn on your Xbox, no. Here's a solution, guys, for all you Xbox fanboys. For all you Xbox fanboys, every time you turn on your Xbox, I want you to listen to Henry Rollins' Liar song. Yeah. That's the song that should be playing every time you turn on that Xbox, is the Liar song. Now, I'm not saying that Sony doesn't lie. Sure, they lie as well. But when you look at the ratio of lies between Xbox and then Sony, is through the roof on the green team. All right? These are just the facts. Every company lies. I know that. But there's a drastic differences between these corporations, man. There's a drastic differences. All right? This company is doing nothing but just lying. And they cannot be trusted. Okay, let me ask you this. After you play that Henry Rollins Liar song on your Xbox, which you certainly should check out. If you never heard of Henry Rollins Liar, that's the Xbox song. Ask yourself this question. Can you really trust this company? And why should you subscribe to Game Pass? Why would you support this company? Why would you give them a dime? Why? When you already got PlayStation, majority of these Xbox games are coming to PlayStation. All right? So you could play them on the PlayStation. Play everything on the PlayStation. Or build yourself a PC. Play everything on a PC. But why would you buy an Xbox at this point? Why would you join the Xbox Game Pass at this point? Why? Why would you support a company that you cannot trust? I would never want to be a supporter or part of a company that you cannot trust. And they're going to jack up those prices too for the Game Pass. You think it's just going to stay $19.99? No. They're going to jack up those prices to like $24.99. You'll see. It might go up to $24.99. Yeah, $25 a month. Yeah, you're going to say, what? Paying $25? And then next thing you know, it might go up to $29.99, $30 a month. Oh, wow. $30? Oh, we never saw that coming. Oh, I saw it coming. Because this company cannot be trusted. How are you going to trust this company now? No. Please tell me. Down in the comments, I want you guys to tell me. Type it in. Tell me, how can you trust this company? I don't care if you're the super hardcore heavyweight Xbox championship of fanboys. I don't care. How can you trust this company? You cannot trust it. You can't trust a damn word that comes out of the Matt Booty's mouth, Sarah Bond's mouth, and Phil Spencer, especially Phil Spencer's mouth, and Satya's mouth. None of them you cannot trust. You can't trust a damn word they're saying. You really can't. How can you trust them? Even their own employees cannot trust them. Okay, if their own employees cannot trust them, how in the name of ancient alien butthole can you trust them? Anyway, let's read this. Our overall portfolio strategy, it's unchanged. Build games that excite our players. Yo, I have to laugh. Yo, this just makes me laugh. I just have to laugh. Phil Spencer, you know, every time I see Phil Spencer, like on the internet, I just want to play that Henry Rollins song, I'm a liar. 'Cause I'm a liar. I'm a liar. Oh, I will lie again. I promise you that. Would you like to know why? You purchased the Game Pass and the Xbox. Would you like to know why? I'll tell you why. 'Cause I'm a liar. And I will continue to lie. Oh, I promise you that. Our overall portfolio strategy is unchanged. Build games that excites our players. Really? You mean like Perfect Dark? That excites our players? Like Crystal Dynamics, Perfect Dark? Dude, Crystal Dynamics is very successful with Tomb Raider franchise. And now, did you see the graphics on Unreal Engine 5 with Perfect Dark? Wasn't that exciting project, Perfect Dark? We were all excited, by the way, Phil Spencer. We were all excited for Perfect Dark, but you canceled it. So now you're asking us to trust you again. What else are you going to cancel? A Fable? Our overall portfolio strategy is unchanged. Build games that excite our players. Would you like to know why I said that? Would you want to know why? I'll tell you why. Hold on, Henry Rollins will tell you why. With a liar song. 'Cause I'm a liar. And I will continue to lie. Just reading this hurts my brain. It hurts my eyes. That's why I'm wearing these glasses. It just reading this just gets my blood pressure to 120, to 140, 150. Gets my blood pressure to 160, man. Hold on, I gotta read this again because this is just it's laughable. It is laughable. I'll highlight it because it's laughable. Phil Spencer, what are you doing, man? Oh, we all know what you do. You're a liar. You're a liar. Well, you know what? Dreamcast guy was right. I was wrong. Dreamcast guy was right. He called him a liar many times, and Dreamcast guy was right. He cannot be trusted. Hey, listen, I know I made some roasting comedy videos on Dreamcast guy, but Dreamcast guy is right. Say what you want to say. Dreamcast guy was right, and I was wrong. I'm a man enough to say it. I was wrong. He's right. He was right. He made those videos, and he has an Xbox. He has an Xbox. He plays Xbox games. But he says, Phil Spencer cannot be trusted. This guy cannot be trusted. This company cannot be trusted. You can't trust a damn word that comes out of this company's mouth. But anyway, let's read this. Our overall portfolio strategy, it's unchanged. Build games that excite our players, continue to grow our biggest our biggest franchises, and create new stories, worlds, and characters. We have more than 40 projects in our active development. Continued momentum and titles shipping this fall. And strong slate headed into 2026. For those directly affected, we are working closely with HR, human resources, and studio leadership to provide support, including severance, career, transition assistance, and where possible opportunities to explore roles on other teams. Yeah, that's what you get. You get some letter from HR, from human resources, blah, blah, blah. Here's a little bit of money and good luck. Good luck. You know how hard it is to find a job out there, man? Today in 2025. Do you know how difficult? Yeah, go to Indeed. Yeah, and good luck. Yeah. Good luck. There's people been looking for jobs for years. Not months. Years. 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 And they can't find a goddamn job, man. While you, Phil Spencer, sitting on a nice cottage next to Bill Gates's lake, you guys go on a yacht every weekend, you're driving Ferraris. Yeah, it's it's great for you. And Sarah Bond, and Matt Booty, and Satya. Yeah, you guys are living a life. Yeah, you guys are living a life. Yeah. What a bullshit, man. Anyway, for those directly affected, we are working closely with HR and studio leadership to provide support, including severance and career transition assistance. And where possible, out of those 9,000 employees, this means we don't guarantee those 9,000 employees they're gonna get the severance pay. Maybe some might get it out of those 9,000 employees. And where possible, opportunities to explore roles on other teams. Yeah, sure, whatever. To everyone across our studios, thank you. Your creativity and resilience continue to define who we are. Would you like to know who we are? Hold on. Before I end this video, hold on. Let me highlight this. Let me highlight this. To everyone across our studios, thank you. Your creativity and resilience continues to define who we are. I feel like using Henry Rollins AI voice. Would you like to know who we are? Would you like to know? Huh? Would you like to know who we are? We're liars, and we'll continue to lie. And we cannot be trusted. Trust me, you cannot trust us. But we will continue to lie, and we will continue to sell you bullshit. 100% guaranteed, 100% bullshit. Do you want to know why? Would you like to know why? Here, let me tell you why. Because we're liars, and we'll continue to lie, and you will continue to buy throughout 2026 and 2027. Do you want to know why? Because we are liars, and we'll continue to lie, and you will continue to buy, 100% guaranteed. All right, that's the end of the video, okay? Okay. Okay. What else do you want me to say? That's the end of the video. 20 minutes. Okay. Okay. Nothing else to say. Do yourself a favor. Trade in your Xbox, and if you have some old Xbox too. If you got Xbox Series X and Series S and Project Scorpio, trade in that crap. Get yourself a PS5 Slim or PS5 Pro, and be done with it, man. And be done with it. Okay. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. Move on to the blue team, man. Like I am playing Kojima's masterpiece. Move over to the blue team, man. Do yourself a favor, all right?